much before Modi ji's cabinet has passed this one nation, one election thing, Biju Janata Dal has successfully implemented one nation, one election process at Odisha. You will be happy to know that in 2004, cutting 1 year for the service of people, within four years, on completion of 4 years, we went for an election, we won. In 2009, we had won. In 2014, we had won implementing the same thing. In 2019 also, we had won implementing the same process. In 2024, the people have decided that we will sit in the opposition. But the thing is, we have all along supported one nation, one election because of its merit. But now, when Modi ji's government has passed this, there are a few questions which is propping up. The biggest question is, many things are passed, but most of them are not implemented. Just let us think for one instance, the question of implementing 1/3 seats for women in parliament. We have been talking about it since last 3 decades. Even Modi ji's government has been proclaiming about it since last so many years, but nothing has happened. Would this particular thing go in the same way? That's a huge question. The nation is yet to know what is the report. A report was prepared, which was placed in the cabinet. What was there in the report and what was the opinion that needs to be placed in Indian democracy before the people, that has not been placed yet. Because there is a feeling lurking that those things which are told, they are not being implemented. We are very cautious about it to know exactly what is the proposal, what is the thing that they are going to plan. It should not be in such a way that if, say, Article 356 is implemented, much before anything, from the start of the election, it was always one nation, one election. But when 356 article was implemented, from that point only there were different elections. Say after implementation of one nation, one election, if president's rule is promulgated, would that particular state wait for 4 years for the elections to be conducted? And if that state waits for 4 years, who will be in charge of the affairs of the people? There are certain questions which props up. But the questions that you have asked, that whether we support one nation or one nation, one election, the message is very clear from Biju Janata Dal under the dynamic leadership of Sri Navin Patnaik. Much before the nation decided that they would go for one nation, one election, BJD has successfully tried and tested that particular process. Before completion of 5 years, within 4 years, we have gone ahead with that. But there are certain anomalies which needs to be cleared by the central government. Modi ji should clear that before the people of the country, and only then this process should be implemented, because there are many questions which needs to be answered. Till now, 1/3 reservation for the females have not been placed. So we would certainly expect that which is being told, that needs to be implemented. And how it is to be implemented, that's a $1 million question. BJP government in Odisha is a U-turn government. It's a name-changing government. It's a color-changing government. Excepting these 3 things, Bharatiya Janata Party's government in Odisha has done nothing. There is a retail inflation, which is the highest in the country now. It is being there in Odisha right now. The prices of all commodities have risen sky high, which is really making it difficult for the common man to survive. They talked about Odia Asmita, but Honorable Governor's son bet up a normal government employee, and yet nothing has happened. They talked about Odia Asmita, Bado Prabhu we call Lord Balabhadra. He was made to throw, but ultimately the report is not there till now. They told that they will stop selling of liquor, but then they came up with a different plan. They told that they will go for some new thing. They have not yet gone for that particular thing. And the biggest thing, that is, this was the best fiscal managed state in the country under Sri Navin Patnaik. But now, the budget that was placed, for the first time after so many years, we found that we had to borrow money from local setup so that the commitments made in the budget would be fulfilled. And the biggest thing is, yesterday, amongst all halla bulla, they kind of declared that the Subhadra is launched by Honorable Prime Minister, but unfortunately, the manifesto of Bharatiya Janata Party Odisha, which had proclaimed that Subhadra would be given to every woman of the state, it has failed its own promise. It is not able to give it to everybody. 50% have benefited. We doubt whether the rest 50 will be getting benefit out of that. So lots of issues are there for which we cannot call that the last 100 days is of any meaning for them. It is absolute failure for the BJP government in Odisha.